Everybody wants to be successful, but very few people make it. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Malone and today I'm going to be discussing about how you can guarantee failure. Now I know this is probably very unorthodox because a lot of the information that you see online is how to be great, how to be a success, how you can become the best version of you. But for me, I think I always frame it like, how can I guarantee whatever I'm going to do is going to fail? And essentially you just do the opposite of that. So let's get straight into it. One of the biggest ways I think you can guarantee failure is just by being inconsistent. It doesn't matter what you do in this life. As long as you are inconsistent, you are not going to get the results that you want. Of course, I am super interested in business. And in business, for instance, if you're not consistently calling customers, if you're not consistently turning up and showing up every single day, you are not going to get any results. However, this same principle can be taken across many aspects of your life. If you're in a relationship and you're not consistently showing up for your partner, this will also have impacts on your relationship, which are not positive. If you are a parent and you're not consistently showing up for your kids will start to realize, and in some cases, your kids will even build a resentment to you because you were not consistently there. And consistency is one of those magical things where it requires a little bit, but a little bit that is sustained over a long period of time. Now you have to find where you can get to a baseline level of consistency and just maintain that. Because one thing I can guarantee you for sure, if you consistently do something every single day or every single week over a long enough period of time, then you're guaranteed to be a success. And if you found yourself that you're doing things consistently and it's been a long time, the only thing that you need to wait for is more time to pass, because eventually your moment will come. The second way to guarantee failure is by not learning from the mistakes of others. A lot of the things that you are trying to do have been done before. A lot of the challenges that you've had, other people have had them before. And the greatest thing about life is that life was never meant to be done as an individual, but life was meant to be done as groups. So you've got to figure out how you can learn from the mistakes of others. One quote that I've recently heard and I really love it is that you need to focus on the who, not the how. Because when you focus on the who, you look for the people who have been there, done that, and you can learn 1,000 things from them. However, when you focus on the how, you try to solve challenges which somebody has already solved, and you spend more time trying to figure that out. Whereas if you just focused on the who, just look for who is the type of person who's had this challenge before. Who is the type of person who's been in my position before and could advise me? You probably find you will relate a lot more to someone who's been there and done that, and you can learn so quickly just by focusing on that. Now, of course, there's going to be someone sitting there thinking, yes, I can focus on the who, not the how, and yeah, that sounds good, but in practice, I don't actually know people. For me, one of the ways that I focused on the who is just by reading books. There is always someone out there who has built the big company, who has gone to medical school or law school, for instance, and they have always written their stories throughout history. And just by reading their blogs, reading their books, you are able to learn so much about some of the mistakes that they made along the way and some of the things which worked for them and some of the things that didn't work for them. And it's your role to make sure that you are learning from them so that you can speed up your road to discovery. So on the topic of figuring out the who and not the how, I've been reading this book lately. I think Walter Isaacson is one of the greatest writers. He also wrote the Steve Jobs book, which I have somewhere on the shelf up there. However, one thing from reading this book it allows me to see is that a lot of the challenges and a lot of the problems which I face today, the biggest people in the world also face those same problems. So I cannot sit there and kick myself and get angry at myself that I'm facing these problems. If anything, it's just a sign of heading in the right directions, and that doing hard things is supposed to be hard, and you just need to embrace the difficulty whilst you get through that season. I think, thirdly, one of the ways to guarantee failure, now this might be a very unpopular opinion, but it's being a pessimist. And of course, we know pessimism is very useful in some places in the world because you don't need optimists all the time, you need a healthy balance. However, this is for the people who find themselves being pessimistic about absolutely every single thing. One of the only constants in this world is change, and if you find yourself always being pessimistic to change, then yeah, you're setting yourself up to guarantee failure. I remember reading a quote once, and the quote said something along the lines of, "Optimists get to be rich and pessimists get to be right." And to me, the way I processed it was, if you say that, let's take me for example, that I'm a black man, so I am not able to do X, I will probably find whatever I can to confirm that limiting belief. So I'll always find the information, always find people who have also failed like me, just to be able to confirm that, yes, me as a black man, I am not able to do X. However, as an optimist, you put yourself in a position to say, I have not seen anybody like me do this, and I'm going to be the one that blazes the trail for others to follow behind me. And I think that is the way that you can guarantee success if you really want to put yourself out there. And of course, this success is not only in the realms of like life improvements or business. This isn't anything. Let's take relationships. If you are pessimistic about a relationship, we all know that this is probably not going to work. If you're standing there in the party, in the club, and you're thinking that, oh my gosh, I cannot approach that girl because of X, Y, and Z, then you're probably not going to approach her. However, she might be looking at you like you are the most beautiful man that she's ever seen. And we can see how, in this case, pessimism in relationships at times can be an absolute negative. Of course, sometimes pessimism comes in as a protection and a survival mechanism to be able to help you out in this instance. The thing that I want you to take away from this is, if you want to guarantee failure, continue to turn up that pessimism. However, if you want to increase your chances of success, find a way to reduce it as much as safely possible. And look at the world from an optimistic lens. And I think you'll be able to spot opportunity where others may not be spotting opportunity because they're pessimistic. And like I said, change is one of the only constants in this world. So make sure that you are in the position to be able to spot change and to be able to jump onto the change very early so that you can create a better world. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it this far into the video, honestly, thank you so much. It means a lot. And I'd love if you could drop an emoji in the comments just to let me know that you've made it this far into the video. I am always trying to improve these videos, and by you dropping an emoji in the comments, it lets me know that there is people out there that I need to improve these videos for. I'm doing all that I can to make sure the quality of these videos improves video by video. So thank you so much, and I will see you again in the next video.